Good afternoon, welcome to the PSGL tier, PS Season 31 F3 Division Round number 2 at Miami. I am your commentator on Neon, or as Jared Fosby, joined in the booth by the OAP himself, Mr. Sondre Soal. Hello Sondre, how you doing?
I'm doing great as always, Jared.
Great to hear. And do apologise for not being on the right stream today. There's a couple of issues on the accounts for some reason, so we are streaming on my channel today, which I don't mind. But who is going to be first? And is that Alex or is that Benza? It's Benza then. Who is going to be out on a lap, as we saw Shane last week take a victory, but he has a quali ban for this round. It's Benza in the Williams begins his flying lap then at Miami as he approaches turn and 1. And Sondre, what do you think of the new track of this season?
Well, personally, I actually love it. I am completely clueless when I drive around the track, but I do like it, especially that slow section. It reminds me a little bit of Bacchus Castle section, very tight technical section, which we don't have too many of those on the calendar, so it is nice with a little bit of that. Then you have the long straights, which provides good opportunities for overtaking, and then you got some of the fast corners, obviously. So personally, I quite like the track.
Yeah, I think it's an alright track. The only part of this track I don't like is Sector 2, where we've just seen Benza ride over the chicane. Doesn't invalidate it, and it's going to be very interesting. Maybe some overtakes might happen through there, as I do remember in F13. There was a couple of silly overtakes in there. Obviously, low caliber driver compared to these F3 lot, but you never know, anything can happen. Have a look, Benza right now, though, going to be the first man on pole. Coming to the line on the Williams. Shane's obviously retired, as he has his quali ban. And the time to beat at the moment is 1:26.8. Noah smashes that already.
It's not long until we'll have 4 more drivers crossing the line. As you can see, Noah has crossed it and taken out provisional pole so far. W.R. Lewis done 27.6, so high up last week, but right now a little off at the moment, Jared.
I wouldn't say that too early. I was in a practice session with him earlier. He was in the 26s at one point. He was also with Matthew Ward, who was doing like 26 flats almost. So maybe it might have been a knockdown, but Lewis could come back and get a good lap in. But 8th at the moment. I just have to wait and see. No, though, still at the top with a 26.818. As a lot of the drivers now completing laps. So I'm going to go on board with Jabraka then in the Ferrari, Sondre. He's currently in the final sector if you want to go on board with him right now.
I am already on board with him as he went through that slow section, now heading down this long straight until to, well, not exactly the final corner, but the final braking zone of the track before you head into the last 2 corners here. Then crossing the line for 27.4.
27.4, not a bad lap. 8th place was obviously at 4 last season, but not a bad lap to begin with. Is anybody else on a lap right now? The Alfa Romeo's on an invalidated lap. Do you know anybody who's on a lap, Sondre?
Maybe Ferenc might be. I can see that his time, obviously, that he's done so far is not exactly a representative lap, so I reckon he is on a second flyer here. He is going quick at least, as he's heading down this back straight, or one of the 2 back straights, I guess you can say. Into this tricky left-hander, staying very close to the wall on the right before heading into this slow, tight chicane and out on the main overtaking possibly, as he's heading down this long straight towards that hairpin. As we can see him hitting over 200 miles per hour, up into 209, 210 miles per hour before he's braking. Then out of the chicane, oh, big twitch, and straight into the pit he goes.
Very solid. He's very unsettled on the cars. A lot of people, especially the Haas drivers, earlier on
Oh,
in practice sessions, were complaining about setups around here.
talking about Haas drivers, I just caught Toxic Tomato there, standing sideways on his outlap, so struggling a little bit right now, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe
Alex
struggling indeed.
Morado, he is in the first sector right now. He's just started his lap, going through this quick left, right, and into another left with a bit of a difficult apex to hit. I haven't really figured out what's the best line through there, Jared, but you might have some insight on that.
It's take a wide line and then tight entry. I think it's the best way to go because you don't really want to be on the exit curb as it could flick you into the wall. I had that issue in the wet, but could be completely different in the dry. I'm not as skilled as I should say against these drivers. But we'll have to wait and see what Alex can do right now. He's currently, as you said, 16th on lap set in the nice, well, not nice section, but the S section. I don't know why that little chicane exists. Just get it gone. Just...
You know, I am nah, keep it. I like it. I am bad at it, but I do still like it.
Bad? That's an understatement.
It's another. It's just like it's not that many corners like that, so
yeah.
I like to keep some of these ones like that. As we can see that MedTC is going through that section, heading out on the long straight. Now let's see what he can hit then. He's up into 8th gear already. 207, 208, 209, 210.
Oh.
Before braking, and was that a little bit of a lock up there, Jared?
I wasn't on board him at the time. Malley's just spun it out of the chicane, reset back in track.
TC8 goes 4th.
Not a bad lap there for the Aston. Right now, though, the Aston's 2nd and 4th.
I believe the Haas of Toxic Tomato should be the next driver to cross the line, and also one of the few drivers not to have set a time yet, as he's heading into this slow section. Very tight line on the entry there. Oh,
he's round, and if he's not careful, he could get beached. As he keeps under control, but he's in the wars again, Sondre.
Looks like he struggled over that curb there, and we have seen a lot of the other drivers though take a lot of it, so it is definitely possible. As
Lewis right now, what? Finishing his lap. Is that going to be a 126.8? It's a 126.777. Now that's a lap for Lewis Curtis then. Bringing back.
Indeed.
Could have won last week.
Following TF Fruitful as he's heading out of that hairpin and into the pit, so
yeah. So he wasn't happy with the lap. What about the McLaren of Hershey then? As we did see on Austria, Sandra, the McLarens were strong in quali, but in the race it just fell apart. Will it happen again at round number 2, do you think?
I mean, sir, I certainly hope not. We want as many of the drivers as possible to stay at the top, fighting throughout the whole race, and not just somehow just end up in a shambles midway through it. But let's see then. Hershey heading in towards the hairpin, not reaching 210 as some of the others have done. So
Ferenc, a 126.5 as Hershey struggling again on the exit there as we're on about the lap. Oh, getting close to that curb. 26.9, holds 6th position.
Ferenc though.
Well, I wasn't expecting that from Ferenc. You did have to pace last weekend, but wow.
Right now, though, I am following Marlon as he's heading on to this long straight. Just 3 corners left of his lap. As he is gonna reach 209 barely, so a little more downforce on this car. As looked like he missed the apex a little bit as well, but he gets traction out of the corner, but a little bit of a twitch, and 26.8.
What about his teammate then? Improves to 6th, 26.840. Look how close this grid is again. Having vibes of F4. Times are getting closer and closer. But do just have to quickly add as well, Sondre, this quality session, everybody I think will have basically fresh tyres for the next session, I believe, because the lobbies are getting restarted to stop the sound glitch after the quality. Which I've just found out again.
Just to remember you, Jared, but it's not like it used to be in the old days anymore. You can start on whatever tires you want, as Murad does a 27 flat. So they will all start on fresh tires still,
yeah,
under normal circumstances, but in this case though they will have another fresh set of softs for the race as well. Or
yeah,
two more sets.
I think it'll have 2 more sets. Oh, Alex very close there to the curb. He's on a good lap right now. He's taking a very tight line into the left-hander. Oh, when he gets close to the wall, and that's why you don't want to take a tight line, because as I said, if you get on that curb, you're going to go into that wall, and it looks like he clipped it. He's completely out of ERS anyway, so I think he's going to pit. So I don't get why his graphic is saying he's only done 0 laps on the tyres when that's completely wrong. He must have done a lap to burn all that ERS.
Hey, this is still Cold Masters, man.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, he gets very close to that wall. I can't tell if he's actually on a genuine lap. So I'll look at second sector. Nice and tidy through sector 2. Oh, hits the wall. No, he's not off. He's 2.7 off. So I've gone Edward then.
Sane is on a lap.
He
I've been
is.
following him, and he's looked good through the and scratched that. He's just invalidated it.
I think Cameron was next. He hasn't invited. Oh, but he spun it again. As soon as the camera goes in the same place, he's just having complete issues. Do not want to beach the car there, and he just isn't having fun with it.
About his teammate then, Lickle Blocks also heading into this slow section right now. Over the curb, manages to not invalidate or spin it for that matter. Now out on the long straight. Looks like he get the traction down quite nicely. Now let's see then. Will he hit 210? It looks like he's gonna hit it. Oh yeah. Oh, 211. Not a lot of downforce on that car, Jared.
I believe he's running low downforce. But as I said earlier, both Hasses were struggling with setups, and wow, 2069. But look how close the grid. He can't be too disappointed with that lap, especially since a 10th could get him 5th.
I was gonna say another driver on the lap, but Lewis has invalidated his, so I don't see anyone on the lap then.
Jabraka's on an out lap. Who else on out? Hershey's on an out lap. Who's up ahead? But I think Noah will be the next one. So if you want to go on board with Noah, then Ball, as he was a former
already on board
F4 contender last season, could be a possible F3 contender this season. He's shown strong pace in the first round. And so is Shane as well. Shane obviously starting at the back of the grid. It's going to be interesting where he does in the race. Indeed. But here goes Noah.
But Noah starts his lap going out of the hairpin on to the start finish straight, then up into 8th gear in towards turn 1. Gets it nice and tidy through there before he starts on this quick section of left right corners pretty much. And there we can see getting nice and tidy, then into this long left-hander as he uses a lot of that curb on the outside there, but does get traction down nicely as he is a 10th up on his lap, Jared. Now heading down this DRS zone as we want that car to stay out of the way, and it does. Then let's see, into the braking zone and in towards the slow section as we can see everybody going very tight on that wall there. Now let's see then Noah over this curb, no invalidation this time. Not sure if he did last time for that matter. But then out of this section on to the long straight as we can see that he's not trying to take anyone's slipstream. Obviously, that is not allowed in PSGL. Then braking for the hairpin, and let's see then, is he gonna get traction down nicely? Ooh, a bit of a twitch, let's see, what is he gonna be? Over the line, 126.6. That was an improvement, wasn't it?
Yeah, that definitely was an improvement. He's not going to be too disappointed. Maybe with that exit may let him down a half tenth at least. But right now, though, I'm on board with his teammate, currently in 10th with 26.9. He could just improve by 2 tenths and he could be up to the 4th ahead of Lewis. So, Paul at the moment is a 26.533. The closest person is. How do you say that? Alfa Romeo's name is second.
Your guess is as good as mine, Jared.
As Hershey goes 8th with a 126.8. You know, I'm going to go with Leo. He's got Leo in his name, so I'm going to go with Leo. Or Nick. I think Nick. I think Nick's probably the best. I'll go with that. Hershey in 8th with a 126.844. 4,000th of a second from taking 7th from the Merc. As the Ferrari, I believe, Jabraka moves to 11th then. Not a bad time from him. As Alex is coming to the line now. Will he improve? And yes, by a couple of hundredths. Moves to 11th. Both Williams, 10th and 11th right now, Sandra.
Indeed. Marlon, a 10th and a half up on his lap right now, Jared. That would hold. Well, that would move him up to 4th, but if I remember correctly, though, Marlon didn't have the best last sector, so let's see if he can improve here. Out of the hairpin and into the final 2 corners towards the line, and it's a 126.7, and he lost a lot at the end there, actually.
He did lose a lot. Also, a person lost a lot more was actually Cameron there. Talks tomorrow, lost it at the final corner. Looked like he was going to get up finally in, and it looks like he's going to be starting 18th yet again. The quality session hasn't gone good for him last week. He got DSQ'd. This week, just hasn't been able to set a time. Next up, Med TC moves to 5th. Both Astons 4th and 5th at the moment. What about Lewis Curtis? Is he on an improvement right now?
Ooh, a big tank slapper for Curtis going into that slow section, and look at that, 8 tenths down his lap right now, and he aborts it. And
I don't believe there's anyone on a lap behind him. Zane's actually on a lap. Apparently, no, he's not. He's 14 seconds off. And that's it. That, I believe, is quali then. And Ferenc has not been able to be beaten. So that's 1 lap, and it's good enough to seal the deal, just like Vettel in Singapore almost. But,
I was just gonna mention it. It reminds me of a certain German in the Red Bull a few years ago.
Well, quali has ended then, and we'll go over our race prediction when we get the new lobby, obviously. But as again, do apologise for not being able to commentate on the PSGL channel. Blame PSN and Cody's. Just shocking.
Possibly YouTube.
No, I blame you. I think you're the problem. You know, you're old.
I see. You know, I might be old, but I'm still more technical than you, though.
That may be true, but you're still slower. On this game, at least.
You know, I'll give it to you. I'm slower than you. But
it hurts for you to say that.
No, it doesn't really, because like exactly how many hours have I put into this game?
Well, I think 50, but let's go on for the year.
I think I've put in at most 10 hours.
Fair enough. Well, then here's your qualifying order then. Ferenc takes Paul with a 126.533 300ths of a second ahead of Nick in second. Noah in third. Both top 3 under a tenth. Then Fruitful and Med TC both Aston Martins 4th and 5th. Verlaken, I believe 6th. Lewis 7th. Marlon in 8th. Etis in 9th. Hershey 10th. Benza in 11th. Alex 12th. Jabraka 13th. Edward or Lickle disappointing qualifying in 14th. Zane in 15th. Baral 16th. Mali 17th. Tux tomorrow. Didn't get a lap in, but then getting DSQ'd. And Shane back of the grid in 19th with a quali ban. Although I believe we are having a new session else due to a sound glitch, so yeah, that is definitely going ahead. We would have had 20 today, but as well.
Excuse me, what?
We would have had 20 drives there, but one of them couldn't make it. Had a headache. So.
Well, you know,
I
it
think
is
he
what
did
it
it.
is.
I think he did a U and got drunk.
If he did, he did.
Right. We will back out lobby so we can wait then. But well, who is surprising you so far? I know it's only the second round, but we've got to say something while waiting for the new lobby. Who's
Well, you know,
surprising you so
I
far?
think that is a perfect time to mention our PSGL title sponsor, Jared, GT Omega, who is then our title sponsor for this season, season 31. 31 seasons, Jared. Think about that. Now,
They won.
GT Omega obviously is a leading manufacturer of gaming peripherals, from chairs to cockpits to whatever you want, pretty much. Now, if you want to check out their site, it is on www.gtomega.co.uk, and remember that when you're at the checkout to use the PSGL for a 5% discount off all their products.
That is true. Make sure you do check that out. I'll have a quick nosy myself. But right now, though, we're going to go into the new lobby as it has been set up. So enough for looking at the Mercedes number 44. But yeah, as I said, as you were doing the sponsors there, Vol, who is your favourite for? I would say season, but your favourite so far, like your favourite driver at the moment with the first round gone away.
Well, you gotta clarify my favorite driver for the championship or my favorite driver.
We'll go both. Favourite driver and favourite driver for the championship. We'll do both.
Um, hmm. You know, that is a good question, Jared. My favorite driver? Well, there's a couple of them, you know. I think I might have to stick to Med TC though, like that. The gamer tag is just so good, you know. You're in PSGL F3. There's no assist, no line, no anything at all. But your gamer tag is Med TC. Gotta respect that. So it's gotta be between him and obviously gonna have to mention Lewis as an old teammate of myself, and obviously there's the corrupt admin of Lickle Blocks. You know, can't leave him out of it. If not, I might get fired. You know, so. And obviously his teammate Toxic Tomato as well, and then I can't get around Alex or Noah as well. All two drivers that just impressed me a lot last season. And I guess I gotta mention my fellow Norwegian as well, TNR Wolakongen. So it's a very difficult question there, Jared. However, though, for the championship, that one is more tricky. Do you know who your favorite for the championship is, or?
Championship, I'm going to go with Curse. I think Lewis has actually got a chance of winning some, as long as he doesn't bottle it. He's shown the pace for the first, like the practice sessions he's been doing. He's up there. I would say he's my favourite to win it.
Well, you know, Just like he's among my favorite drivers, he's also among my favorite drivers for the championship. Obviously, we know he can be quick, but we know he can be very inconsistent. So I
You've got to
guess it
respect
pretty
it on that.
much depends if he'll be able to keep it on track. But then Shane as well last week impressed quite a lot, and obviously he was in contention for the F4 championship last season, so he knows what he's getting himself into here, trying to go for a championship.
Definitely.
And well, the last one it's a bit tricky, but I know Tina are walking in a bit as well, and I know that when he tries to go for something, he'll be very focused and very consistent usually, and obviously we saw him doing a great strategy last week.
Just
But he's a
to
reserve.
cut you off there for a second, admin, Mr. Edward, or Egghead, is asking you to go Spectre because he's getting
My
annoyed.
bad.
But do carry on.
Well, yeah. As I said, Volkong in reserve, so depends if he'll actually be able to race enough. But I would say those three are my three favorites at the moment.
Fair enough. And the reason why it's on my channel cam is because there's issues with linking it to the PSGL. I'm not the only com. F6 and F5 are having the exact same issue. Some have managed to get in, some haven't. So, unfortunately, it's just on this for now, but it will be on the main eventually when I figure that out. But yeah, I completely agree with you. But I think my favourite driver on this grid, Zandra, is Zane. You know, Karen. Got to remember when it was just me and Felix commentating F4 in USA. Cameron was behind, or I think it was Rocco. 2 seconds later, Ferrari of Zane just comes right at the back of Knuth and just murders him straight into the rear. And that's, you know, you got to respect it. You just fully send it, destroyed the car. You know, that's my favourite driver. I think is Zane up here. But as I say, I'm backing Lewis for the top championship this season. It looks like we are readying up then for the race. Well, on the formation lap, we'll go over the race predictions. Oh my god, there's 12 people watching. That's more than I've ever had on this channel. Yeah, we're all loading in now. But as I said,
Just calm down, Jared. It's not you getting popular or anything.
I think I should get all the sponsors. You know, I'm the best. I think you and me should have F1 comms. You know, maybe that's next season.
Aiming high, I see.
Well, you got to aim high. You know, if you aim low, you're not going to get anywhere in life. And good afternoon, NLO.
Let's face it, Jared. You're not getting anywhere anyway.
Okay, that's just cold. That's just really cold. As NLR Big G was saying, got Atis or however you say that name, and Marlon. So cheering on the Mercs. Hopefully we can see quali again, or the leaderboard of the quali, so we can go over the race prediction as soon as possible if it loads us in. And it looks like it's clear skies for the race. It looks like no threat of rain.
Well, you know, I think I can give you my race prediction, to be honest.
Oh, go on then.
I mean, I think after quali, Ferencis, I'm gonna predict him for pole. No, not pole, for a win, I mean. As he simply just... He looked very quick, and obviously one lap to get that lap in as well. Then second, I think I'm gonna give it to Noah. Obviously, having been in this situation a lot of times, and also not knowing that much about Nick, so... And then for third... There's a lot of drivers I could put there, but I'm gonna call a masterclass on strategy from TNR Volkongen again.
Well, yeah, he did prove it in Austria. Paid 2 laps or 3 laps earlier than everybody else, and was fighting for the win at one point. But before I do my race prediction, everybody's on hard tyres. Nobody's on the mediums at all. So, interesting. I know the harder tyre is preferred. It's apparently the quicker strat. But it's very interesting on that. But, race prediction then. For me, I'm going to go with a very surprised person. And he's going to be very surprised I am picking him. Is Mr. Lewis Curtis. I think he's going to take the victory. I think he's going to find his way through the field. I'm going to go with Noah in second for a better result for McLaren. And then I'm going to go with Aston's third of MedTC and fourth Fruitful. I think that is the top four for today. I don't think France has got it in him, or Nick, as he is new, I believe, for this tier, to get a podium. But I have been proven wrong before. They could amaze me by getting first and second. But
I hate to break your dreams here, but I think Perez got him in today. That 1 lap to get that pole position, he just screams confidence, you know.
Also screams new championship point leader, as Shane's at the back, and he won last weekend.
Well, you know, Shane might be in last right now in 19th, and obviously with how the rules is in F1 now, that you can start on whatever tire you want, he doesn't get a tire advantage either. But you know, you never know how he is here though. He was quick last week, so he could be that again this week. So we'll find out.
She's DSQ'd. Jabraka's also DSQ'd as well.
A couple of people who's missed their braking.
Have a look at Black Cameron's definitely misjudged his braking. And the Alpines all lined up. So we are about to go to the race then, as the light sequence has begun then for the Miami Grand Prix, if they get a brilliant camera angle. 5 red lights, and we're underway for round number 2 for the F3 division, and it's a good start from Edward as Malley's all dropped all the way from the back. There's been a bit of carnage as we go into turn 1, and look at the Aston of Fruitful, already on the outside of the Alfa Romeo, and the contact in the background there. I think that could be one of the Haas drivers going further down the field. But the McLaren, look at Noah, moves in the second, Fruitful in the third, and Voloken, as you said, in the fourth.
A few switches of positions then. I see it's been like that at the back as well, as I believe that was just Lickle who's missed out on a position, actually fighting with QRT Burrell here. But he loses out on that 11th place for the time being. But see him trying to take it back here into this braking zone. We can see QRT going defensive, Lickle down the inside.
Oh my god, 3 wide.
Oh, they're 3 wide actually. Oh, and look at it. Oh, and QRT Burrell is around.
I think he got clipped by Cameron. I think Cameron clipped him with his left front. I think it's a tight corner. And I said, I did say it, didn't I? Somebody's going to go sideways around here and in this section, and they have. But doesn't look like there's any damage to the car. Scratch that. Yeah, there is damage. Is there damage? I can't tell. It looked like the end plate was missing, but he's trying to catch up. But right now, though, the other Red Bull, France, got a good gap already, 1.5 seconds.
Andrew didn't have faith in him.
Hey, it's only lap 2. Anything can happen. Just Cameron's 13th right now, so
I'll have to agree to that.
That's Alex in the pits then.
Alex is in the pit.
Well, that's his race over and done with, unless the safety car comes out of nowhere. But Marlon is challenging the Haas drivers right now. He's had a shocking start. I'm positive he's like 8th, and he's dropped all the way to 14th.
Oh yeah, Marlon. I thought I was watching Marlon, so I was a little confused there, but I'm watching his teammates. But yeah, Marlon, he started quite a little higher up, so... But to be fair, looking at it, ooh, as his teammate, VIR 80s? Something like that.
Yeah.
Almost went into the back of Lewis there. But as I was going to say, it's been quite a few position changes there, and Shane has had a blistering start, Jared, up 9 positions right now, as
Benzo just lost 2
Benz.
position there. Bad exit or something.
Must have almost lost it there or something.
Shane's already into 10th. He started last. He's already in the 10th. And ahead of both Hastrans. Oh my god!
Benza!
Sends it. Still going side. Oh, this is going to end in tears. This reminds me of...
though Shane on the inside, he should have this one, but Benza though, he's sticking it around the outside here.
Oh,
Gets
Edwards
the
in the mix
inside
as well.
for the next corner, and he actually manages to claw back that position.
Halsborough... Oh, he's retiring. That's why he's got a 5 second. I was wondering why he got a 5 second then. But Brill, first DNF of the race, he's giving up. Which isn't the mentality you need.
Shizunoa though, almost clawing himself back into that DRS of Firenze.
I'm going to have to keep an eye on Lewis though, but right now I'm on board with Edward. Oh, actually, scratch that. I'm on board with Marlon. Marlon making a move round the outside of Cameron. Cameron must have had a shocking exit. And Marlon's just gone right through him. As Cameron has to sit back and watch that unfold. As he's now got Zane right on his tail.
Indeed, but going into this tricky section though. Oh, as Lickle looks...
Oh!
As Marlon. Oh, and look at that. Cameron is very lucky there.
Okay.
Ghosted.
No, he's lagging, I think. I think that was lag or something, because now he's overtaken Edward. Oh, Edward's got to give him room. Jeez, that's very close there, almost touching tyres. But Edward holds a position, but he hasn't got a good line, Sondre. I think the Merc's going to have him into turn 1.
Oh, little blocks though on that outside line. Look at that. Gonna try to go for a switch back to get traction down here. Still doesn't actually get better traction than Marlon, so this is out on that position now.
Yeah, it's not like Edward usually defends hard on that, but it could be due to the setup. He did say he was having issues with the setup, especially when I was on a practice log with him earlier. He was struggling to gear down as well in the second sector. So maybe he's having an issue in that. Maybe that's why his pace at the moment isn't as strong as it was last weekend. But right now, though, Nick, we're going to go on board with, currently trying to challenge Verlocken for 4th.
Indeed. Oh. Shane getting real close to the back end of Benza. Some places there as Benza struggling a bit with that chicane. Oh, Shane should struggle with trying to make an overtake here though.
Yeah, and I think Lewis just hit the wall actually out of the exit of that corner. Oh my god, that was going to be a late lunge.
Oh, indeed.
I wonder when their pit stop window is going to be because... Oh, toxic, that's Cameron. I think he's round. Oh, hang on, there's a Ferrari going slowly. Has there been contact between him and Jabraka, I wonder? Jabraka though in the pits.
Jabraka into the pits, so...
Let's have a look, see what he's getting changed on the car. New front wing. No, for some reason he's going on soft tyres. Maybe he's going for an aggressive 2-stop.
A lot of overtaking to do then.
Yeah, that is going to be the case. Front stop, commanding lead right now, but Noah starting to close up.
Yeah, to be fair, we can see right now that there is 3 drivers standing out with Firenze, Noah and Fruitful, who are just pulling more and more away from TNR Volakongen, who's leading this train for 4th at the moment.
Volakan though, showing some good race pace, some good exits as well, and he looks a lot more confident with the traction. And as I said, Nick, he was what, 3rd, and right now he's in 5th. Maybe he just doesn't have the confidence in the race run. But look at the Aston Med TC, is your favourite driver, making a move on the inside, down the long straight. Whoa!
Almost hitting TNR there.
Oh, but you don't get a good exit. Oh, he's lucky. This is why ghosting should be put on off. That would have caused a massive crash. I think you and me have to do a vote. I'm close enough in the F3 tier. There's
Well, I
Hirsch
mean,
though.
in my personal opinion, I do think ghosting should be off. It's more realistic, makes you having to be more aware of what you do. Also makes it a bigger consequence if you spin somebody.
Yep.
But
And then penalties can be bigger. Just you name it. But right now though, Shane looking to take 10th from the McLaren of Hershey. Although the McLarens, I've got to say, one's showing some good pace. Hershey mediocre right now. Oh, as he almost gets cut across there, Shane then. Toxic picks up his first 3 seconds of the day. Nice run into the S section. Oh, the McLaren, and look at Shane. Goes to the inside. Oh, and there's contact. And oh, that could be some head plate damage. And look at the Merc. Marlon taking advantage when he can see it. Is he? Oh, no, Shane, you aren't making it 3 wide. And it's now a part of the track. God, they're going 3 wide. Down the straight. Back to 2 wide between the Merc and the Alpine. But that could have ended in tears there, Sondra.
Could have indeed, but they have managed to get out of it though. But it doesn't look like Marlon is finished. Look at this. On the outside, into turn 1. Shane is on the inside, leaves him enough space. Now Marlon tries to leave Shane the amount of space he needs on the inside there as well. As they're still going side by side. Well, not anymore, but...
That was very close there from Shane. But good racing, though. I've got to give him that. It's been very good racing. And oh my god, a bit of a twitch. Oh, there's Cameron. Cameron is off. We've got to go on board. He hasn't got any wing damage, he just spun it. I hope he doesn't give up, because I want him to do well. As Burrell says he had real wing damage, that's why he tied, and that's fair enough then. I thought you just got annoyed with somebody, but, well, unlucky on that.
Hershey almost going into the rear of Marlon there.
QRT, fair enough.
As I think we're gonna have round 2 between these drivers now.
Yeah, definitely round 2. There's action up ahead as well. We've got to keep an eye out. Like, there's definitely action going on ahead. On board with Noah right now, as possibly looking for an overtake on Ferenc. He's slowed down now, and Fruitful's in the mix as well. Well, I wonder if Noah's going to take his first victory of F3. Or is he just going to take a podium?
But currently, all of these guys in the top 3 are chasing their first win of the season, so...
Yeah, definitely. And I think it'll be Francis, what, second podium? He got a podium last... Yeah, he got a podium last weekend.
I believe so, yeah.
Tito got a 3 second, which cost him in the end.
I believe there was a couple of drivers getting some penalties last week, so not looking like it here so far though. 8 laps in, and well, there is 2 drivers with penalties, but I haven't really seen many people do something that looks like, oh, Ferenc though with a bad slow section there. Noah is right on his back here. And
got a little weave there from the Red Bull. Yeah, I was wondering that.
Oh. That should technically have been his defensive move then. However, Noah decides not to go for it.
I think he's going to play a long game, stay behind him and just save his ERS and then overtake when he's at 100 and then try and pull away. I think that's his advantage right now.
Well, I think what could be the issue for him then is that
currently
Fruitful looks like he
oh no,
the same.
Yellows. Marlon is off now. He was having a good run back through the field and he's off the track. No wing damage on the car. So looks like he lost grip out of the exit and Hershey's retired. So was he involved in that crash?
Could be, could be.
As we're going on board with Noah then. Again. trying to keep up with the Red Bull, but he's got to watch out for Fruit Fruitful. He's not that far behind, and if he makes one error, the Aston is going to pounce and make an overtake. There's one lap. Number 9 then. Plenty of laps left to go. We've only had 2 DNFs. Oh, once again.
Not looking too comfortable through that chicane there. Gets a good exit onto the straight though, but no, it's not far behind. Look at this though. No, I'm not burning his ERS. He's not even thinking about the overtake, it looks like.
It is smart. He's not really losing time from Volokin. What, he's 3.4, 3.2. Actually, no, he's now starting to lose a bit of time. It's varying, actually. But if I was him, I'd just go for it.
Talking about Volokongen right now. Nick behind him, getting overtaken by VIR AT.
AT or it's Atis. It's one of them.
I think I'm going to go with AT from now on.
AT, yeah, I've got to agree with you. That was AT then. It was a nice actually move there out there on the side. He's learning from his teammates, so maybe that's a Mercedes corner going around the outside in turn 1.
You never know, could be. At the front again, Noah once again very close to Ferenc, not going for an overtake here, at least.
Nah, no one needs to go for it because he's just losing time. You can just tell he's quicker in the second sector.
Get that Ferenc once again struggling through that slow sector, and Noah right on his rear right now. Honestly, I'd say if he should go for it, this is the time. He's right on the back of him. He's gonna have to lift heavily not to go for it.
He's going for it. He's being smart. Makes the move then. Noah is in the lead with the Miami Grand Prix. Now, will the Aston get in the mix? Not a good enough exit. If I was him,
he's quick, but he also looks very twitchy some places.
I'm wondering if he's running a lower setup compared to these, so he's got better straight line speed, and in the corners his rear is maybe a bit unstable, but I'll tell you who is unstable right now. It's the Alpine, it looks like, of Mali. It looks like he made a mistake in the final corner. Goes to 13th. Anna's got a pen.
Oh, Nick looking a little shaky through this fast corners as well. Very interesting to see some of these drivers through that long left-hander. We can see somebody taking a bit of a tighter line while somebody goes as far out as possible. So,
well, Shane and Lewis, Andre, side by side. They were like this in Austria. Lewis just lets him go. So Lewis right now surprises us both. He just doesn't like he's got the pace.
No, not right now at least. Ferenc now right on the back of Noah, gets through that slow section much better this time. Doesn't get the exit though.
Yeah, Noah's not even burning the ERS and he's barely catching up on the straight. Like, it's right at the end he's on his rear, but if he can't get a good exit, catching up at the rear is not going to do you any good.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
Oh, AT just made the move on Volokongen, and
that maybe looked into. It's a bit dangerous rejoin, but look at the Aston and the Alfa Romeo getting in the mix. We're 4 cars in combat right now, maybe 5. Oh, as the Aston shoves the Alfa off. It's starting to get dirty here, Sondra, and I'm not liking it.
I'm not sure I would say dirty yet. Hard racing so far, for sure. As Nick is looking very shaky through some of these.
No, guess a little whack. That's definitely going to shake him up. Oh my god, the Williams almost murdered him into the wall, losing the rear. That reminds me of Anthony Davison and Liuzzi, I believe, back in 07. As Benza then has to sit back. But I wonder if your fellow Norwegian's going to have some strong words with the Merc. at the end of this race.
Well, knowing him, I don't think he'll be mad or anything like that.
Oh, so it would be just like Bottas when he was having that interview trying to find the word exciting in the Finnish vocabulary.
Ferenc now the guy who's just sitting at the back of Noah.
Yeah, maybe it's a smart play back to 2019, I believe that was, or 2020, where you can just sit behind somebody who's gain a lot of ERS. But the Mercedes of 83 or AT, the first one to make a scheduled stop on the hards, lap 13. I think that's a bit too early, but the Alfa Romeo of Lewis Curtis is also in the pits as well.
On to mediums.
He's going to be joining clean air. What about Lewis?
It's the same for Lewis, mediums there as well.
Nice exit. And they're in clean air. They're not going to get challenged by Alex or Cameron. Cameron has pit as well. And he's just cruising. But he sets a new fastest lap. He's definitely cruising with a 1:30.250. But obviously that time is going to get beaten. As Jabraka though, Sandra on the softs, only doing 31.2s. As he goes deep into the final corner.
They are 6 laps old at this point, so I don't know when the softs have their drop-offs on this track, but
I think Volkan may be in a bit of trouble now by the Aston. He just can't get a break. Oh, yellows. That's Jabraka around.
as MedTC takes that P4 away from Wallachongen.
Wonder if any of these two are going to pit. Nope, they stay out. That is interesting.
Something I gotta mention here though, Jared, you were talking about Ferenc just sitting behind trying to save up his ERS. He's currently on 17%, while Noah is still on 40%, and he's trying to break that DRS range right now.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Has Friends made a mistake, or has he just completely lost the pace altogether in his tyres?
Noah just looks very quick right now, and fruitful as well. He's sitting back there on 81%, so Ferenc, I don't know, might not have the same pace in the race that he had in quali.
Oh, Jabraka's almost got pit. Jabraka has no front wing. The Ferrari needs to pit. Get the black and orange flag out. Needs to pit. Get him in that. Oh, he's almost into the wall again. Flag. Yeah, he needs to
Look at this. Noah has currently successfully broken DRS.
Oh, definitely. 1.3. He just gained 0.3 in that chicane. Wow.
And Ferenc really not having the facilities to try and close that gap either.
And that Aston's got 70% as well, and he's got to watch out. I guess another penalty. I think he's giving up.
Any of these leaders pit
yet? Well, Jabraka's pit. Oh, the Aston though. Look at Fruitful round the outside on the exit straight into turn one, gets it done, but the Red Bull comes back as he goes deep into the corner, and Volkan 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits.
Indeed. Him and Med, TC and Nick and Benz are all into the pit now.
Oh, Volkan getting held up. Logan got jumped, he got held up, and he dropped all the way behind the Williams, Alfa and Aston. And, well, he's lost all the positions. He was ahead, and, well, he's got a lot of hard work to do if he wants to score some valuable points to the race, as Cameron yet again. And 30 flats now. He's picking up the pace as there's yellows. That is Nick, he's round out of the pit lane.
Cold tires.
Lewis, though, making a move on the guys cold tires ahead against Shane, and he's back through. But I think he's done it a bit too early on Shane, but he's got a good exit.
Indeed. Now we can see Lewis using some of that DRS, trying to close that gap to Shane. Shane is sitting right at the back of MedTC right now.
Oh, sorry, I thought you overtaken Shane. That isn't Shane, that's Benza. I do apologise, it's the Williams he's overtaken. The Alpines ahead. Oh, MedTC picks a penalty in the chicane. Oh, Cameron and Maul on a scrapping away.
Look at that. Noah and Ferenc both diving into the pit. Fruitful though, staying out as Shane is making a move on MedTC into the hairpin. MedTC, however, trying to get a good exit to see if he can challenge down the start-finish straight. However, I think he might be a bit too far behind. Yeah.
Well, Zane's in the pits for his scheduled stop. But right now, though, as you were saying, Shane's having a good little fight. Lewis has now got to realise the guys behind him, tyres are going to be warmed up, so it's not going to be easy overtakes, as I can say. But look at Edward, he's just shoving the AlphaTauri right now in 10th position, and Zane and Edward going side by side in the S section. Oh, this is not going to end well, but it comes clean. But Cameron is out, and that is a safety car, I think. It is a safety car. The safety car is out just ahead of the Alpha coming out the pit lane. And Cameron has caused a safety car from crashing out. He said he wasn't having fun, and yet again, that's a big impact as well. Lost his left front tyre. So he is definitely out, and well, the Haas team aren't going to be happy with him.
This could be perfect for Fruitful, though, who decided not to pit that lap.
Yeah.
I do believe he should be coming out ahead of Noah and Ferenc because of this.
Yeah, it's going to be close. If you don't get ahead of Noah, he's definitely going to get ahead of the Red Bull.
19.5 seconds.
Don't even ask me what the pit thing here is, because I think it's like 20 seconds.
Noah is in the hairpin. Obviously, he's going to have a delta, though.
As Nino Romanello says, classic Cameron.
And here is Fruitful out of the pit.
Molly drive through.
They're going to be pretty much side by side, but it is Fruitful who
just
comes out just ahead of Noah.
Well,
as they catch up.
He almost overtaken the safety car there. It's a bit weird though. Where's the Aston Martin safety cars? There's an Aston Martin leading the race.
That's a good question.
McLaren though, Noah then in second. There's got a bit more work to do today, but Ferenc then has lost out by both drivers. You know, he was looking for a victory, and then in the end, he's now got to watch out from 83 behind as well. He's shown some strong pace.
Interesting though, both Volokong and Nick diving into the pit for soft tires.
Okay, that is probably the worst decision they've made.
Actually, to be fair, Volokong might have dived in to get rid of that 5-second penalty, as he doesn't have a penalty anymore now. So
yeah, but he's not going to have another fresh set of mediums. You only get one set of mediums and hards.
It could go on to the same set of mediums again, though.
Yeah, that is true. But if he doesn't pit and he stays out on the soft, he's made the worst decision. Made an amazing strategy call in Austria, because the softs aren't making it 10. You saw Jabraco only managed 6 laps, and then he lost a full front wing. As we have 30 people now watching. Welcome. As we'll announce again, apologies that it's not on the mainstream on the PSGL channel. That is due to issues either with the PSN network or YouTube or something. It just will not link. So we're on my account for today, but it will be back on the main stream for next week, and this stream will be on the main at the end of the day, if everything goes to plan. But right now though, if any of you guys have just joined us and have missed, Fruitful in the lead with an amazing strategy call in the Aston. And actually, Sandra, I've just noticed Volokon, or whatever his name is, he was in an Aston last week. He made a good strategy call. Second round, Fruitful was in the Aston. Must be something in the Aston DNA.
Strategist.
And maybe Ferrari should take a note out there, but actually, maybe Leclerc should take a note.
Volokong, though, he's staying out on those softs.
Oh no. Sorry, no, I'm telling you now. Nick's pit, that's fair. Volokon has made the worst call. If he's going for fastest lap and then going for another set of softs, those tyres aren't making it. I am telling you now. They might make it distance-wise, but pace and grip, no.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
No, Matthew would struggle doing that, and from what I saw earlier, was just disgusting. Almost in the 25s.
Fruitful though. Sitting in that third for a long time behind Noah and friends also looked quite comfortable there, so gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna be now that the battle is gonna be Fruitful against Noah.
You know, yeah, definitely. But you know, I was praising Nick pitting. He's got another set of softs.
Oh, right.
Why? Why is Alex on hards for one thing? But why is the alphas? Nah, honestly, the softs aren't going to work. I'm telling you now. Softs.
And the safety car is in this lap, so they're not getting the chance to pit again. So I guess it's softs for Volakong and Nick, and
we're going to see some overtakes at least.
For odd reason, hards for Alex.
As Matthew did comment on that, letting me know that Nick is on softs. Thank you for that, Matthew. I want to set up later. As Fruitful then is beginning lap number 19. Any second he's backing everybody up, which he is allowed to do. And he's underway then, and we're back to green flag racing at Miami.
Oh.
Look at the Merc.
Absolutely horrible restart.
The Merc on the outside, switched the inside of turn 2. Red Bull and Merc side by side. Last time we saw this was between Max and Hamilton, and Hamilton did a good job smashing that driver into the wall. And
Lewis on the outside in this long left-hander and right-hander against
making a move.
Benza. He managed to get that move done as well. Very respectful driving from both of them there.
Amazing driving as Shane's fighting with it to ahead, so maybe there's a bit of contact up here between the Red Bull, Merc versus Alpine. Shane is on a flyer. Is Shane going to do what Nando did in Jeddah in PSGL F4, where he started at the back of the grid and took the victory? Oh, very close between these two. Actually, is there some side-by-side going on behind? Yeah, there is. Benza and Lewis. Benza re-overtakes. Oh, it's definitely going to be a crash in a second.
Surprisingly to see though, Volakong and Nick, both on the soft tires, not making any overtakes at the moment. Or Nick is actually overtaking Alex, but except for that. Yeah,
I just think the soft tires are quality. That's what soft tires are for now. It's basically like the hyper softs when they were a thing. Just a quality tyre. With obviously the new regs and everything, the softs are literally just pointless, which I don't like. I prefer having a bit of a mixed strategies in the racing, but you know, each to his own. We've got to stick to the new rules. But I think a very silly situation for Vlocken and Nick to go softs. Even though they're showing some good pace now, in the next couple of laps they're going to die off.
Well, to be fair, they didn't have to go on to softs. But for Nick to go on to a second set of softs and Volkong to not pit at all, that's what I would call the odd choices.
True, as Vlockon finally makes an overtake on those softs around the outside of the Merc. But if he proves me wrong and actually scores some points or gets a good position, then I'll be quiet. But I just don't think it's a good call right now. And Fruitful is basically doing what Noah did when he was in the lead, pulling away.
He's indeed showing very solid pace here. Noah having to use a lot of ERS to stick with him as well.
Are we going to see the Merc died? No. Oh, yes. Oh, God, very late call. Marlon almost tried to make a dive then, as DRS has been enabled, so we should see some easy overtakes now for some of the guys who are quite close. He's on board.
80 almost dropping out of DRS.
Yeah, he hasn't actually managed to keep up with them, but he's not losing from behind. You know, he was under threat at the start of the safety car restart from Shane. Did try to go into third as well. I think he's just trying to control his pace, keep his tyres good. not get any warnings, and just try and score some solid points. So, especially since his teammate's in 12, he wants to just score Merck some decent points right now.
Indeed, Shano. Looking like he's gonna try to work his way onto the podium for the second week in a row right now.
Definitely. It could easily be done. We could easily see him win the race. We've seen it before. And I believe that was against Shane in Jeddah between Nando. He lost the win after a penalty got removed. But right now, though, Shane's doing a magnificent job. He's definitely going to get the drive of the day. Starting at the back of the grid and already into 5th. Doing a cracking job. But right now, though, on board with Marlon. Could be under threat from Nick, but the Merc looks like he's got a decent enough straight line speed to hold his position. As 29.5's new fastest lap. Actually, Sondre, Atis has picked up the pace. He's
he's managed to get closer to Ferenc now. And the one who seems like he might be struggling a bit right now is Shane, who's lost DRS.
Hold on. Are we going to see any overtaking, or are we going to see a train until lap 25 where the action will pick up? But the Merc is looking hungry. Maybe he's tasting blood in the water, Sondra. Maybe he wants the victory. And maybe he thinks he can go for it, but he's got a big job ahead of him if he wants to try and do that.
Does indeed Lickle, though. He's fighting Zane at the minute. As I didn't catch who was behind to begin with. But Lickle stays in 9th at the moment at least. But Zane is right on his rear though. Onto this long straight, Zane pretty much out of ERS at this point. However, that's the same issue for Lickle as Zane is starting to gain down towards the hairpin. Zane does not brake late enough and Lickle stays ahead.
I think he doesn't want flashbacks from USA. I think Zane learnt his lesson with his brakes. Oh, I'll tell you who hasn't learned a lesson. It's Nick. Ooh. Soft tyres. I told you, those softs will just give you a grip, and that's not a safety car, so that's saved for locking if you pits. The softs are
saved with the amount of laps that is left.
It might as well just go on another set of softs, to be honest, because it's now in that window where softs could do something.
Actually, yeah.
But you shouldn't have gone softs to begin with. It's as I said, it's ruined Nick's race. He qualified second?
But this is gonna make it interesting to see what the leaders do now, though, Jared.
Yeah.
Is Fruitful gotta stay on these mediums or risk going on the softs? Obviously, if he's the only one who does not go in for softs, he pretty much screws himself. But if he's the only one who goes in for softs, he might screw himself as well. So
if I was
his decision for him here.
If I was him, I'd say mediums, to be honest, because as we've seen, Jabraka and Nick, their tyres have just gone. Jabraka did 6 laps and then he spun it and went into the wall. So that's probably when the grip on the softs are starting to go out.
Yeah, but in probably that case, 6 laps. Look at how many laps is left, Jared.
Yeah, that is true. I still think the mediums will be a better tyre. Maybe not at the start, but I think the medium right near the end where they're going to have a lot more grip.
Well, let's see then. Fruitful. He does go in for the soft tyres.
Everyone's in, it looks
Noah,
like. The Merc isn't.
AT stays out, and he was on an old lap on a...
Mediums. As Matthew says, everybody from Lewis and down should pit for softs. Everybody else above shouldn't. Yes, I think that's what he said.
Well, in this case, it's only the 3 people now then who's not pitted. Now let's see, everybody's going on to softs. Alex onto 7-lap-old softs though.
And I don't know. Has Lewis just been jumped by Edward? He has just been jumped by Edward. Honestly, he's had a bad pit stop.
Well, that is unlucky. However, the front 3 though stays in their positions. Fruitful, Noah, Ferenc, or well, stays in that order. Obviously, they're Not in first, second, and third anymore, but
Yeah, it's going
he's
to be
3 ahead
interesting.
of them, though. On 9-lap old mediums.
I think the soft guys now
That's
have
the
the advantage.
freshest.
They now have the advantage. There's less guys on mediums. They're on old mediums, obviously, but you've got that many guys on softs. Yeah, as Matthew's just said the words, top 3 are going to get gobbled, as Matthew Order says.
You know,
And
I couldn't agree more.
I think it's a mistake now.
It's like I said, if you're the only guy going in for the soft tires, you're pretty much screwed. You got too many people to overtake, but if you're the only one staying out, or in this case, one of the 3 only people to stay out, you're gonna be screwed as well, as
Cisco,
you're
I think, will
just
come
gonna
lap
get
25.
gobbled up, as he said.
As Nino says, I feel like it might be quite close with battling and stuff. It could be. You're not wrong, but I think right now the best person to win this race is Fruit 4 Noah, to be honest, because they're going to get through the back markers quite easily with Benzer and Shane. 83 had their pace
I'm
on
not sure
mediums.
about easily. I think all of the 3 medium runners are gonna try to put up as much of a fight as they can. Obviously, it's just a few more laps to go. They're gonna have to try and defend for their life against every position now to, well, at least save points, or as much of points as possible.
What does Matthew mean by that? Only the last one can get caught is what? What did Matthew say? That just confused me with that.
Oh, he means that only AT, for example, who's in the lead right now, if he stays in the lead, he'll be the only one who still has a chance at a high finishing position, as if Benza and Shane manages to put up some effort defensively against the other drivers, we could see AT managing to get a little bit of a gap on the first lap or 2, and before the soft runners start coming close to him as well. And at that point, then it's that he just gotta hope that the soft runners don't have too much left of those tires.
Definitely. Safe car though, I think won't come in this lap. I think it'll do another lap.
I mean, I see no reason why I wouldn't go in on this lap, but
oh yeah, everyone is bunched up. It might actually, because I think when everyone's bunched up, it goes in lap 2, doesn't it?
It should.
Yep. Yeah. It is. So race control. So we will have some racing with DRS. Well, everyone's now decided to warm up their tyres. Maybe they've been caught out a little bit. But it shouldn't be that affected. You're on the softs. Don't wear out them out too much. Except when he's going zigzag, as if that was Kimi Räikkönen, he'd be just going straight instead of zigzagging. But well, 83 then, getting ready for starts of the restarts on lap number 26, and he's gone, and there's a crash already. Benzer's off, but 83 then. Already underway, and the mediums were definitely cold for Benzer then, and that was a podium, possible points, all stuff away.
Not a podium, either.
Ooh, well, you never know.
And no, that's Volakongen who's lost it.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think the tyres are heated up, to be honest, at all, and looks like Lewis is a bit of time to Edward in the background. And hang on a minute, we see a Merc getting a bit hungry in the background, and Marlon. Got to keep an eye on all the action up ahead. He hasn't got the straight line speed though. He just doesn't have it on him.
Oh, Noah getting close to Fruitful here.
Oh, look at Shane taking the lead. Oh, the Merc.
Oh, and look at this.
Oh, this is definitely going to end in tears.
Battle for third.
This is definitely going to end in tears.
Cars going side by side.
Oh no. Oh my god, how is this not ended in a wall yet? Merc, Alpine, Aston, McLaren, Red Bull scrapping away. Shane aggressively moves to the other side of the road, but it ain't good enough. The Merc is hungry and he smells blood. Going possibly round the outside. Is he going to make this work? Is he going to let break him? Oh, thought about it. Almost gets squeezed.
Oof. Fruitful very late on the brakes there.
Oh, this is not what the guys behind need though. They don't want to fight because every time they fight, a lap is going to go by and they're just going to burn out those tyres a lot quicker than the mediums. And they've held a lap so far, but is it game over, Sondre?
Look at Fruitful though,
grip.
right on the back of AT here.
Oh, yeah, part of grip, and then in the second part, no, hang on, someone's being overtaken in the S section. That's Marlon and Zane going side by side. I know there's a bit of contact, and there's more contact. Zane is off the track, and now the Williams is trying to get through. Oh, and the AlphaTauris have just taken each other out. Zane has just taken out Verlocken out of the left-hander. That's one rule you don't want to do, is take out your teammate. You don't want to do that.
Indeed, now back to the front though. AT once again close on the rear of Shane. Fruitful even closer on the rear of AT. Going into this slow section. Look at the grip advantage on these soft tires. Fruitful right on the rear of AT here as they go on to the long straight, and I think we can get a free wide moment now, Jared.
Just look how close they are.
Well, Shane must have been burning his ERS there to avoid getting overtaken. But now
Merc.
bit of a back end loss from the Merc.
Fruitful's gone for a move.
Looking for a way through on the inside. Can he brake late enough?
And the answer was no, he can't.
I put some pressure onto the Merc though, as he's almost
look at Noah
through these corners.
Noah's making a move. They're not going to go three wide almost. Noah around the outside. Has he got it?
Oof.
Oh, it's big contact. Oh, the Noah's round. That is not the way to go. Noah is going to be kicking himself. And Matthew says, softs are terrible. What am I watching? I told you, honestly, the softs, they're not the tyre around here. You're not going to make them work. The mediums were the best tyre choice to go on.
Well, we'll see as this is Fruitful down
Oh,
inside.
that's definitely wing damage to that car. Another Aston off the track. Look at Terence off.
Ferenc now.
No Ferenc.
Oh my god.
Oh no, not side by side in the S section. Okay, yeah, and there's more chaos.
Ferenc.
Another Aston round. And the fraud Lewis Curtis is now in fourth.
Can he keep that though? Ferenc is right on his rear. Curtis has more ERS to burn as he goes defensive. Now Ferenc tries to look for that inside gap. He goes around the outside. Goes very deep, but Curtis manages to stay ahead there. Now
Can't believe this is
Ferenc
Lewis driving.
Ah.
Oh, Benzer's, that's Marlon. He's spun it, and Benzer looks like he collected him, almost running to the pits there. So Marlon not going to get points. But the guy who's shocking us right now, Sondre, is Shane. Started last. On the final lap of the race, looks like he's going to take victory.
Does look like it. Fruitful has spent too much time behind AT, and at this point, we're on to that phase where you said that the softs might be dropping off. So
I think they've dropped off a bit earlier than I thought, to be honest, because as I said, Maddie said they were terrible, and it just shows it. They just can't get past the Merc. Nice Med TC scrapping away, but is it the floodgates open for the Merc now? Fruitful gets the move on the inside. Merc's still there. He has to give him the room.
Look at Lewis now also.
Oh no!
Past.
Bit of contact.
Oof.
Around the outside. Is it going to end in tears? Are they going to keep it still side by side? Oh, and they just keep it together. As I look at Lewis, he's trying to get in the mix.
Lewis trying to pressure AT as much as he can here. He also has Ferenc there, who's also trying to get as many positions as possible. Yeah,
there's a bit of wiggling. Lewis might be actually trying to take second. Around the outside, we're almost 4 wide round here. And Shane is going to take the victory. We're all missing Shane taking it. But look at Lewis Curtis taking second. What a move there. As Fruitful drops to third. Ferenc in the fourth. And Atis in the mediums in third. And wow, everyone is now cross line before I can go down the field. What a move there from Lewis at the end.
What a move indeed. And right there at the end, I think you saw what Matthew meant about medium runners getting gobbled up. When he lost one position, then he lost a lot of positions instantly. Fortunately for Shane, though, the soft runners just took too long to get past AT.
Yep, and Shane, that's 2 victories. He had a quali ban. Started right at the back of the grid, and he's just shown, and he was in F4, he's just shown the F3 who's boss.
First.
Some of these guys are in F3. Shane has just showed them who is the boss right now. 2 wins. I think some of the F3 guys need to wake up a little bit and pick up the pace, because they don't want an F4 driver who got promoted to win the championship this season. But Shane,
to be fair,
second win.
He was among the front runners if in F4.
Yeah.
But still, 19th to first.
Definitely drive the day though.
Brilliant. You know, I don't think you can argue anyone for driver of the day except for Shane this week.
That's true. But we will go over the driver of the order then. So Shane takes the win, with Lewis surprising us at the end, not bottling it this time like he did in Austria. Takes second, Fruitful in third, Ferenc disappointing fourth. Could have won today but made too many errors. Atis tried the strategy, almost made it work, but finished fifth. Zane in sixth, Benza seventh, even though spinning from the start of the formation lap. Med TC in eighth with his penalty. Alex in ninth, and Volokin, even though getting taken up by his teammate, does get a point. Marlon couldn't get a point for Mercedes. Edward drops to 12th. Noah 13th after getting collected by Fruitful. Maybe a pen on the way for the Aston. Nick, Mali, Toxic, and Jabraka, and Hershey, and QRT _ Borrell, all DNF from today's race, and my throat is now starting to go. Probably wasn't expecting it to go that high when Lewis made that overtake right at the end. But wow, what a race, and what a race indeed. I've got to say, drive day definitely Shane, but Lewis right at the end has got to be the favourite moment of that race.
Well, Shane definitely drives today. No arguments there. Like he's won the race and he started last, so you can't exactly say that anyone's done a better race than him. Also made the right strategy calls in the end.
Yeah, he
Just
did,
a
man.
brilliant drive in the end. And but moment of that race, Lewis on the line against Fruitful after looking a bit off pace for most of the race compared to the top 3 drivers, or top 3 I say, but the guys that were top 3 for most of the race, Fruitful, Noah, and Ferenc. Then at the end manages to make some critical moves and well, towards line just bolted and manages to get it. So absolute brilliant moment from Lewis there, showing some excellent racecraft.
Which is odd. Usually he can't usually show off his racecraft because he usually bottles it. But enough about being a bit too mean for Lewis. He's done very well there. But Shane, Lewis, and Fruitful is your top 3. Don't know about Fruitful keeping that third because no one might report him with the altercation in the S section, but only time will tell. But I've been your commentator, Iron Leon, or as Jared Fosbury. I'm joined in the booth by the OAP, Mr. Sondra Sohal. Have you got anything to say before I close us down and they get to see us for the next round?
How did your race around Miami go again?
Let's not talk about it. I got points, but let's not talk about it. Lewis Curtis gave me a shocking setup. 50 front wing. Let's just say that. But yeah, no, this has been PSGL, or currently on my channel as Ion Neon, but it will be on the PSGL main channel eventually when it's sorted all out. But we'll see you guys for the next round, which is Belgium. Tune in at the same time, 8 o'clock on a Monday. Hope to see you guys then. Goodbye for now.